rising inflation and supply chain issues being exacerbated by the ongoing war in Ukraine, the prices of items in UK supermarkets have been soaring. But amongst all the doom and gloom, there is a ray of much-needed sunshine as supermarkets are now coming forward and lowering some of their prices, helping people in their hour of need.
Yes, both Asda and Morrisons have announced price reductions on several store items, with the co-owner of Asda, Mohsin Issa, saying his company are committed to doing everything they can to support their customers, colleagues and communities in these exceptionally tough times. Well, joining us to discuss the move is Justin Urquhart-Stewart, the co-founder and co-director of Regionally, which is an online investment environment. So, Justin, are supermarkets going to be our saviour in this cost of living crisis?
Supermarkets, saviour? Or are they just in very heavy competition with each other? Yes, I mean, they're all given a jolly good kick up the backside by the likes of Aldi coming in and Lidl, because otherwise, a very cosy little world, 4 or 5 big chains, and they could just about do what they like. And we're all well aware of what some of the agreements have been with supermarkets and farmers. Farmers are always rather wary. You suddenly get a supermarket signing you up, and before you know what happens, the price suddenly gets negotiated down and down. But we're having a sale this month, which means you're paying for it, as opposed to the supermarket suffering. This is a very good idea by supermarkets. If you want to try and win favour and actually show yourself to be part of the community, then this is what they should be trying to do. But don't have to go too far back when you had the old co-op. You know, where it actually was serving as a cooperative. You joined the co-op, you got your divvy, and it was very much community-orientated, and much more in the north than it was in the south. But it's interesting to see then maybe supermarkets can adopt a bit more of that and create more of an environment, more of a community. So shop with us, Tesco's or Sainsbury's, whatever it is, and we'll give you more benefit for it. They're strong enough to be able to do so. So imagination here, and also to improve their reputation. Of course, it's not just food. You look at now the bit in the FT today, 4 in 10 households struggling to pay energy bills. And we know there's more to come.
I mean, Jacob Rees-Mogg said this week that supermarkets were making too much profit and they should reduce their price as a result. I think Sainsbury's made £854 million last year. Would you subscribe that they're making too much profit and have a duty to cut their prices?
Well, what they have a duty to do is to serve their customers and community properly. And it's up to these companies to prove the fact that actually they're not profiteering. A good example would be specifically some of the energy companies who have been making extra profits because the price went up, not because they were particularly clever and made some great decisions. That's called luck. And so, therefore, the possibility of windfall tax on them for saying, look, you've benefited from this luck, other people have got bad luck, share it out. But at the same time, you also want companies like Sainsbury's and others to be growing, developing, investing in the future, employing more people. So merely just beating them about with just saying, pay more tax. Let good competition operate, and that will drive prices down. But be wary, we've seen with Tesco's in the past, where they have operated in a monopolistic manner, suddenly changing their name of properties that they own. So you don't know it's actually Tesco's buying it up, or whichever company it was, to try and prevent some of the competitors coming in. So this is where your regulator needs to be absolutely sharp. But equally, us as consumers have our ultimate power as well. Is if you don't like it, go somewhere else, assuming there is somewhere else.
So a supermarket war on prices could be happening then?
Yes, so it should be, quite right too.
And also other ways that we can reduce the prices. I know governments have stepped in as well to say we're going to make the import a lot easier, drop some of those rules there and save another £1 billion. So I know we always have you in whenever we need to know what's going on, Justin. Whenever there's a crisis, we bring you in. So good news in the supermarkets, but it's also what government can do to get those prices down as well. Brilliant as ever, Justin.
Thank you.